to your head. Shut up, I can't listen no more. It's late, so shut up. It's one night too much to ask for. You are a haunted house. You're superstitious. You are the coldest stone carved marble faces. I won't fall down that fucking rabbit hole. I'm barely standing on the ground. All the hits that you leave are too hard to believe at all. I won't fall down that fucking rabbit hole.
Daniel, which microchip did you get?
I got the Pfizer.
Hey, welcome to the club. You can sit at the lunch table. Trace isn't allowed.
Oh man, you got Moderna.
My dumbass over here.
Listen, after I get my second dose, I'm going to be more powerful than either of y'all have ever realized. Like, you will never know the power of 2 doses of Moderna. So a week from tomorrow, next Monday, when you see me on the news taking over New York City,
Committing to a life as a full supervillain. You're not doing anything good. You're taking over the city of New York, famously an evil.
Well, yeah, because you're bullying.
Hey,
you're bullying me for.
we got
being a
Moderna
man.
Megamind over here.
Moderna.
Yeah,
man.
but you're still planning to attack a place I don't live. Like, I'm pulling through to Dallas, and I'm like, you motherfuckers are gonna get it.
It wasn't necessarily because you live in New York. It was more just because that's the place you take over if you're a supervillain in New York. I will take over Long Island.
It's not that hard.
You wanted Long Island, and you went
So
for the
crazy.
wrong island.
You went for Manhattan.
Oh, Lord. Oh,
I was like,
how could I?
the way the bartender gets your drink wrong, and you're like, more like a wrong island iced tea.
Yeah, that microchip going in you.
At least it wasn't a Johnson & Johnson for
Oh.
Daniel. Well, at least we're all.
Thank God.
This isn't a triple threat over here.
That's right. We're not well rounded.
Well, you could get a blood clot if you got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Boy, I'll give you
That's
a
the rare
clot
vaccine
with a
now.
Johnson.
If you have the J&J, you're like...
But only if I was in Estes at the time. Thankfully, I'm not, in heat.
J&J is like, that's the rare vaccine now. Like, I wish I got the J&J, because that's
Limited edition.
such a low part of the population. It's a limited edition vaccine.
My friend got the
got the normal
J&J, but
Moderna.
she just said that it was like, she was just like kind of out of it for a day or two. Sounds fun.
That's what she thinks.
Fuck me up, doc. And then just...
I'll take one of each.
Did
Oh, the Arnold Palmer method.
The Arnold Palmer method.
y'all see the tweet about the guy that gave himself the vaccine?
Yeah,
Yes! I lost my mind at that. Oh my God.
king shit.
If the doctor leaves the needle by you, my first thought would not be, oh, this is this is an independent vaccination. This is a self-serve, like buffet style vax.
Mine was like a massive people. Like there's like a bunch of rows, like almost like not that social distanced even. Like they're just like, let's just fucking stab them and get them out of here.
Well, like, what state is it where gasoline, like, if you go to, like, you cannot pump your own gas? Is it, like, New Jersey or something, or?
That's tight as hell.
Yeah, that, like, if you drive up to a gas station in New Jersey or whatever, they'll just start pumping your gas for you. Maybe he's from Jersey.
Hi, I'm here to fucking pump your gas.
Don't you have to tip them for pumping your gas?
I think so.
You don't have to tip anyone.
True. Hey, if they didn't want to rely on tips, they should have just got a different job.
Amen. Welcome to Cinema of the State, the first ever Blink-182 film discussion and anti-union podcast. No tipping, just fucking get a job and then get to work, no questions.
Yeah,
Capitalist, baby.
it's not that hard.
Mike McCapitalist here.
Damn cog in the machine.
This is Trace save your money instead of spending it on the freaking avocado toast.
And I'm Daniel gallon of pee because I can't take a union mandated pee break with this damn Bezos over my head.
Oh man.
Oh,
Bathroom breaks?
Going
You can have a
straight for
bathroom
throat.
break when you're dead.
that's the ultimate bathroom break.
The big bathroom break in the sky.
Well, don't you like poop your pants when you die, apparently?
If you're cool enough.
Yeah, you. Yeah.
Look, if you're cool, if you had a full stomach, full tummy of nice tasty treats, and you pooed, oh, you're nice and ready to let one final shit.
That's why I'm eating a ribeye and going to get some Dunkin' like 6 hours before I commit suicide.
Oh, definitely.
Just absolutely ruin whoever finds you's life.
What's the? They're more offended by the smell than the sight of the.
So, wait a second. I'm sure, like, whether or not you soil yourself depends. We're really talking about this. I'm sure it depends on how long ago you've digested the thing, right? Like, if you just ate a Big Mac an hour ago, like, you're not going to soil yourself with that, right?
I don't know enough about how that stuff works. Do you know how digestive like how
Yeah,
long? I just assume if you eat a chicken nugget an hour later, it's coming out. Isn't that how bodies work?
I guess so. I was pre-med for a year. That sounds
com-
great.
Oh, okay. So and it's coming out whole, correct? Like you eat a chicken nugget, it just comes out the same way it went in, just a whole chicken nugget.
Well, if it's because it's shaped like the McDonald's like little foot that those come in.
I love the McDonald's nuggets.
Come in 2 little signature pieces. You love them.
Do they still do that thing where with like Burger King kids meals, they're shaped like dinosaurs or whatever?
No, but I know you can buy them at the store. Little dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Good. Then I have my last meal planned.
Do you guys have Chick-fil-A where you live? That's kind of a regional thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Chick-fil-A here.
Okay.
I don't
New
eat
Mexico.
it.
Okay. I just wasn't sure.
Closed on Sunday. I use my
I
Chick-fil-A.
wanted to.
The answer is yes. We have
I
Protestants.
I just wanted a judgment on the Chick-fil-A nuggets, which I think are good.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A might be the most like overrated restaurant in terms of like fast food.
Yeah, I definitely people like fuck with Chick-fil-A so heavy, especially here. It's always a line like to the road for Chick-fil-A here.
And I don't get it. Like probably the best thing they have is a shake, but other than that,
They can make a fucking shake. Though.
brother, they can make a shake. I could take it or leave it.
Maybe it's out of principle for their godly values, though.
Yeah. I mean, I respect. That's why I still go because I respect that they agree with my beliefs.
See, and I don't go because I think they're not fundamentalist enough. They don't give enough money to my guys, you know?
Listen, I went there and there was a boy with nail polish working, and I said, I thought you guys are believing in something. You hired this young boy? I'm out of here. Matt Skiba probably wears nail polish, though.
I mean, if you want to go down that rabbit hole.
Hey! This is almost a brand new Blink-182 for you, Daniel. You're
Yeah.
already not familiar with the Tom DeLonge one enough. And then he's out of here.
I just got used to my dad, and he's being divorced, and I'm getting a new daddy. Almost immediately.
Almost immediately. It sucks. When mom's new boyfriend was already, like, your neighbor.
But sometimes your stepdad is better than your dad.
Do you think that?
Sounds like a hot take.
No, not in this situation, but for some families, it's true.
Matt Skiba is not a
Hypothetically.
better stepdad than Tom DeLonge is as a dad, but I think he's filling the spot in as well as he can. Do you notice a different sound? Like, did you notice there's like, oh, that's a different voice? Or did it
I
just
did.
blend in?
I did, especially, once it gets to the chorus bit where it's everyone singing together. Like, it just sounded off.
I can see that.
I mean, I do feel like a defining trait of Blink-182 sound to most people is that contrast between Mark and Tom's voices, because they do have very different voices from each other, identifiably different voices. Whereas we've spoken on here about how sometimes we cannot tell Mark and Matt apart.
But
Well, like, when I think of Blink-182, and I've said this before, like, when I listen to the show without having heard whatever song, like, in my mind, the song is always All the Small Things, just with different lyrics. But I think the same can be said for the voices, to a degree, where in my head, the Blink-182 voice is it's the very specifically that voice.
Deerhead, shut up! I can't listen no more. Little preview.
I texted Mike while this was happening, but I was at the record store the other day, and they started playing Enema of the State just in chronological order. They just put the CD in and started playing it.
A dream.
Very loudly in the store.
They knew you were there.
Like,
They
the
did.
Enema of the State
and
guy's here.
He's fucking put it in. We got it.
The fucking guy.
And by the time we got up to the register, All the Small Things had just finished, and one of the cashiers was like, "Can you put in something else, please?"
No! You should have said, well, actually, I happen to,
I was with my friend Colin, and he told the register guy, he was like, "Oh, this guy actually has a Blink-182 podcast." And I said, "Please don't tell people that."
Did he apologize?
He didn't really say much of anything to that.
Yeah, you should be ashamed.
Never come in this fucking store again.
Oh, sick, you've got a podcast? Let's put it on the speakers.
I told Mike, I said, "What if I heard the opening riffs to one of the songs and then it faded out to us talking
Hey, what's up with this?
in the store?" Someone was just listening to their favorite podcast.
But Daniel, do you like Rabbit Hole? Besides noticing a new voice? Is this...
I like things about Rabbit Hole. I don't think I like Rabbit Hole. It's fine. It's okay. It's all right.
I would say it's my second favorite song so far. Last week, Left Alone with someone Daniel talks to a little bit more, was with us, or who might be here again soon. I don't know. Hints. Left Alone, I said, was my favorite so far, and then this one is my second favorite. Trace, do you like the song?
Yeah, I'd put it at like second or third on the album. I think there's a decent gap between this and Left Alone for me, but this album is so just kind of like not great overall that that this still sits still sits like pretty high up on the list of what we've heard so far. I mean, this sounds like it. This sounds closest to like something that could be like on Toy Patch or something.
And this one's fun.
It's fun. If it was just like written better again and just wasn't produced to hell, like this sounds like something that you could hear like on an old Blink album.
And they say fuck a lot, which is cool.
So it's not bad. They do say fuck a lot.
That is true. I appreciate that. It's like listening to recent Taylor Swift, and whenever she says fuck, it's like, yeah, okay, this has an edge
Lord.
to it. Hell yeah.
She really did kill the old Taylor.
I joke, but
She
like I
did.
actually did appreciate the fucks in this song. I feel like they actually do hit.
I love cursing. Whenever somebody's like, your language makes you sound unintelligent, I'm like, fuck you, I'm smart as shit, dude.
The only reason I sound unintelligent is because I'm a fucking dumbass. It's not because I say fuck.
The only reason I sound unintelligent is to like keep a persona going. I can't let anyone know how smart I really am.
That's my
Have a
fucking
character.
brand.
I've been under the guise of a character my whole life. The last 24 years has just been a goddamn joke. I used to think my life was a tragedy, but now I realize it's a fucking comedy. But Rabbit Hole sees a narrator asking for its mind to be cleared as unwanted thoughts keep him awake at night. The narrator wishes not to go
Sounds like
into
the
a
Joker.
spiral of negative thoughts and wants to break free from all these ideas that haunt him. This does sound like Joker. So we have this little drawing of like a little scribbly monster that's looking at a girl. Like the girl's not drawn poorly, but the monster looks like scribbles. So that's scary. And he's saying, "You don't deserve to rest," which terrifying if you ask me.
Yeah, it's actually a GIF, so the monster is like moving.
He's moving slightly. It's very different. It's like they drew it twice, but with slight differences.
Yeah, and it's just kind of flipping between the two different drawings.
It looks like the Joker's
very
idea of
scary.
a normal person.
That's the Joker's idea of a normal night's rest.
Producer John Feldy, as we like to call him, he said, "Mark and I were talking about depression and negative thinking, how one thought can spiral into thousands of thoughts of what's the point of anything and fuck it all. As an adult, to go backwards and ask, what was the first thought that caused me to go through this spiral of nothingness?" Let me guess, a girl. The idea of this song is, I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole of negative thinking. That's where the song started, where it ended. Feels more playful. The logo, and we're talking about the OG Skankin' Rabbit legacy. What, brother?
Did he have a
What?
stroke at the end?
In a track-by-track breakdown recorded by NME, Mark said, "Rabbit Hole is a song that encompasses everything that I love about Blink. It's fast, it's catchy, it's fun. The lyrics are a little bit dark." Oh, buddy, you say fuck a lot. "It'll never ever be a single, but I think that is a song that we will probably play live for the rest of our lives. It's just one of those songs that I think is going to really translate well in concert. People love to scream fuck." To date, it doesn't look like Mark's prediction has come true, and it links to set lists where I guess it has like a list of times songs have been sang, and they haven't. I guess.
Someone commented, "Yep, still crappy punk rock. We love it and can't wait to hear the rest of the album."
Aw. Like, he's a nostalgic fan, unlike me, who I just love this genuinely. I'm a real fan.
Also, someone else commented, the rabbit hole is obviously a reference to Alice in Wonderland, though I've never seen the movie."
That's me with being like, yeah, the horse head that's from The Godfather. I haven't seen it, but there's a part in that where
The best part is there are 4 dislikes on it.
Yeah,
watch
they got
the
a
movie.
dislike.
It's a great film.
The reference understander has logged on.
Fucking Roger Ebert over here.
Fucking Roger Ebert over here, eh? See?
Hey, this guy's like freaking Roger Ebert over here.
Oh man, motherfucker who died and made you Roger Ebert.
What, you think your review movies like Roger Ebert?
But this motherfucker wants to be Leonard Maltin or something? Oh, cool, Peter Travers of the Rolling Stone.
Peter Travers?
Peter Travers wannabe ass.
What is his name?
Peter Travers, yeah.
Daniel, what's the verse one in pre-chorus?
This is my favorite lyric I've ever heard in my life, for the record. "Dear head, shut up. I can't listen no more. It's late night, so shut up. Is one night too much to ask for? You are a haunted house. You're superstitious. You're the coldest stone, carved marble faces."
So this is a letter.
Yeah, he's writing a letter.
However, spoiler for
It
the
ends
end of the
with
song.
"Sincerely, Mark."
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It doesn't end with "Love Mark Hoppus."
Love.
It does not.
Dear head, love Mark Hoppus.
Dear head.
Sincerely, yours truly.
My dearest head.
It's just one of those like business emails that just ends with best.
And like your writing tool is like, can we find a way to make this sound less like work speak? And it like gives you suggestions to change it.
Add in some exclamation marks once in a while. Alternate.
What if I ended a letter with "from who it may concern"?
From who it concerns.
From who it concerned.
So, but this is not a workplace letter, because you would not say "Dear head, shut up" in the first sentence. I can't listen no more.
No, you would never say that.
Yeah, you'd passive-aggressively imply that he should shut up and you can't listen no more.
We need more silence so people can focus.
Can we find a way to workshop this?
I wish that I had that thought making most of these songs.
There's just something so, I don't know, childlike wonder of the phrase, I can't listen no more.
I don't listen. I don't listen.
This is a 40-year-old man saying, shut up, I can't listen no more.
Well, okay, well, he gives himself a defense on the next line where he says, it's late, so shut up. Is one night too much to ask for? He's tired his brain's a little wonky. He's in character and in song.
Yeah.
You are a haunted.
He's not who he usually is.
This is not the Mark Hoppus we know and love. This is not the one who prank phone calls and whatnot. You are a haunted house. You're superstitious, spooky. You are the coldest stone carved marble faces, creamer. You are the coldest stone creamer.
I genuinely was thinking the same thing reading the lyrics.
But Mark continues his chorus. He had a pre-chorus, and then the real thing comes through where he says, I won't fall down that fucking rabbit hole. I'm barely standing on the ground. All the hints that you leave are too hard to believe at all. I won't fall down that fucking rabbit hole, which is a reference to Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll.
Yes.
I haven't
Where she
seen
falls
the
down
movie or
rabbit
read
hole.
the book. I've only seen Alice
never-
Through the Looking Glass, directed by James Bobbin of Muppet fame.
And Dora the Explorer movie.
That was good.
I didn't see it. I wanted to watch it just because I like James Bobbin.
I thought that was a very fun movie. Unfortunately, Boots does not speak except for one scene where he's Danny Trejo.
I thought the lyric was, I want to fall down that fucking rabbit hole when I heard the song.
I could hear that.
Hearing the lyric, I thought he was like, I want to lose my mind a little.
I want to die.
I want to... I want to go smoke a pipe with a fat cat.
Oh, dude, with the lizard, with the caterpillar bug. Oh man, we'll be talking about the cat at one time. I think the cat's an important part of Blink-182 lore.
That's true.
He is the Cheshire Cat.
The Cheshire one.
That's the first album. I'm barely standing on the ground. All the hints that you leave are too hard to believe at all. So, Mark's not having this. And then, I won't fall down that fucking rabbit hole. And then the post-chorus is with you again. Repeat, with you again. And then there's our new friend Matt comes through, Trace. Does he have anything interesting to say? Anything of note?
Yeah, I'm not sure he's our new friend anymore, by the way. Like we've come through like we're in the back half of his album with him. I think he's like we're acquaintances now. Like we know Matt.
On a first name basis.
We've gotten to know Matt a little bit.
Will I ever call him like Skeebs? Like give him
Skeebs, yeah.
Skeebs, man. Yeah,
The
Skeebs,
fucking
man.
Skeebster, dude.
Will we ever be close enough that at the dinner party, we'll like our wives will kiss each other on the cheeks, like when they greet each other, and like give each other big hugs and like be a family. No,
Oh, like you do with Tom?
like I do with Tom. Me and my wife come through. I say, honey, and she goes, hello there. I am Michael's wife. I'm like,
Is your wife Ricardo Montalban?
I'm like, she was the best money could buy. My wife, Con.
I'm just saying, because like, if we were listening to the normal version of this album, we would be almost done with it.
Instead, we're hanging
There would
out
be
with that
only-
deluxe edition, baby.
There would only be 4 songs left, but instead we have a whole nother album to get through.
It's our own fault.
But it is. But verse 2 and the pre-chorus, Matt has this to say, and I guess he's also writing to Mark's head.
Is this
bed
the
on
last?
fire-
Is this the last thing that's new? Pretty much, except an outro.
Yeah, pretty much all the other lyrics.
There's an outro. It's kind of different.
Yeah, this bed on fire, I can't sleep here no more. Too late and tired, dreaming down on the floor. I am a haunted house, I'm superstitious. I am a cardboard cutout, old and faded. Doesn't even rhyme. And this is annotated, that last line. And it says, Blink-182 have been playing music since 1992. Matt Skiba formed Alkaline Trio in 1996. The members are all grown men with kids and wrinkles. In an interview with Billboard,
Get their asses.
Mark comments on staying active all these years. And so this interviewer said, what does it mean to you to keep making music as Blink-182 after 25 years, being able to continue creating the music that you want to be making and seeing it resonate almost more now than it did before? And Mark said, it means the world to us. We're on tour, and there are people who have been coming to Blink shows for a decade. And there are people who are coming to their very first concert ever. Our band has become this kind of multi-generational thing that we couldn't be happier about. I don't really know how this relates to the lyric, honestly. But I'm happy it's included.
One more annotation on the chorus, but it's the same chorus from before, except it's a unreviewed annotation where someone says, a reference to Alice's adventures in Wonderland. He won't go crazy. So, when this one got 1 upvote.
Wow.
So we're okay with that one.
Okay.
Because they're admitting they've read the... This is a literature head, that person, because they said Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, the book title.
Yeah, the title of
The
the
book, motherfucker, from the
original
book.
work.
Well, I mean, if two different people have commented this, and it is 2 different people, then it's got to be true, right?
Yeah. The other one just thinks it's a silly
it's absolutely gotta
cartoon.
be
This
true.
person's like, it's a work of literature.
He's not falling down a literal rabbit hole, guys.
He would
Read
get
a book.
hurt. I'm not falling down the rabbit hole. It broke my leg when I fell.
It's a song about when
Rabbit
you
holes
literally
aren't
fell
even
down.
that deep.
Yeah, rabbits aren't very big.
Rather small, and we'll talk about how tiny they are later.
And mischievous.
Mischievous motherfuckers. But Matt, your bed's on fire, and yeah, I would agree. If your bed was on fire, you're not gonna want to take a nap there anymore. It's gonna be smelly, and it might even be broken, and you might get hurt.
I think that Matt's bed being on fire and Mark not being able to get his head to shut up are related. In that I think they sleep in the same house, and I think Matt's bed was on fire, and he was screaming, my bed's on fire. And Mark was kind of like half asleep, and he woke up and he thought that his head was like just shouting at him, and that he needed his head to shut up, that he can't listen no more, and he's just asking for one night of peace. But Matt's bed was really on fire, and he needed help.
Matt, was your bed on fire because you were having hot sex?
Hey, when Kings of Leon said this sex is on fire, I didn't mean, I didn't know they meant literal.
Well, when Dan and I got shot up with the vax, we said, this bed on Pfizer.
I really can't add
Sure.
to that, other than just agree with it.
That is. I didn't feel anything. I just like my arm like had like a kind of bruisey feeling after.
I was vaguely I was vaguely sore for the next day, where like, as if I walked like a couple miles in the sun. But other than that, it's like pretty minor.
I probably got the placebo one.
They're still doing that. They don't even keep track. They just do it once in a while to mix it up.
Yeah, we gave this guy one of the fakies.
So, Matt's too tired and dreaming down on the floor because his bed's on fire. No more bed. Doesn't want to take the couch. Too much pride. Back in our haunted house. Superstitious, and then a cardboard cutout, old and faded. Are they saying that he's like replacing Tom? He's like like he just fills in the blank, man.
He's a cardboard he's a cardboard cutout of that position that the band needs.
I can absolutely see a world where they went on tour after he left the group, but before they found his replacement, and they just have a cardboard cutout on stage.
Oh, that would rule. Like it's on like train tracks, like Michael Jordan in Home Alone. Just, like, spinning around.
Tom, what do you have to say about this? Get your hands off her!
Post-chorus is just with you again. Our chorus is a repeat of the whole I won't fall down that fucking rabbit hole, barely standing on the ground. And then we have an outro from Matt Skiba, I won't fall down that fucking rabbit hole. And then he says, oh. What I like to call the reverse Santa Claus.
In this...
Oh. The David Lynch version of Santa. Oh.
See, in the song, because it ends with the line, rabbit hole. And then he goes, oh. It sounds like he's saying hole. And I'm really disappointed to find that it doesn't end with just a bunch of holes.
Well,
I think it's his echo from being in the hole. This rabbit hole.
I have a friend who lives in a rabbit hole.
Tracks.
Who is it?
His name's Peter Rabbit. Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Peter.
Hey,
Peter Rabbit.
Hey, Peter. Peter Rabbit.
Peter. Oh,
Hey,
no, I can't
Peter.
do Cleveland. That's offensive.
On February 9th, hello.
It's time to get our home back.
Some heroes
Just give him a wet willy.
Got it.
can't be tamed. Go! Peter Rabbit.
Peter Rabbit, baby. The one and only Peter Rabbit, or as I call him, like, little shit Paddington.
Well, as I call him, Rascal, Rebel, Rabbit.
He's 3 R's, baby. Rascal, Rebel, Rabbit. Maybe even 3 B's. Bad Bitchin' Bunny.
Damn, dude, do you work for the Sony Pictures marketing team?
This was the first Bad Bunny as far as I'm concerned.
I want to get tickets to see Bad Bunny. Okay, Peter Rabbit comes out later this year. We'll go see it. Like, I really want to go see Peter Rabbit too. Let's go see Bad Bunny. I'm like, I didn't even see the first Bad Bunny.
That's what they're talking about. They want to see Bad Bunny. They want to see Peter Rabbit too. Like, they just forget his name. They're like, the Bad Bunny.
I miss movie theaters so much. I want the Bad Bunny.
Peter Rabbit is a 2018 3D live-action computer-animated comedy film based upon the character of the same name, created by Beatrix Potter, directed by Will Gluck, and co-written by Gluck and Rob Lieber. James Corden stars as the voice of the title character, with Rose Byrne, Domhnall Gleeson, and Sam Neill in live-action roles, as well as the voices of Daisy Ridley, Elizabeth Debicki, and Margot Robbie.
Stacked cast!
A stacked cast who, honestly, I did not realize all of those people were in this movie.
And Sia.
I didn't either.
Wow.
Did she play the rapping pigeon?
No, Sia was the hedgehog porcupine thing that...
What?
Yeah. And Margot Robbie was the narrator one.
Wait, Sia from the critically acclaimed movie Sing?
Sia from...
Movie director?
Do you mean music?
Music, that's right, music.
Sia from Voxlocks.
This movie was first revealed in April 2015 through email leaks as a result of the Sony Pictures hack.
Oh, fun.
The official announcement of the film came in December. Yep. So everyone knew a Peter Rabbit movie was coming as a result of the hacks, the info everyone was looking for.
Well, and one of the movies that got leaked was made by the director, Will Gluck, that being Annie 2014.
Ah, so this man had a hard time with the Sony Pictures hack. He got hit hard.
You got hit twice, baby. Leaking double time. Kim Jong-un going hard on you, Will Gluck.
But also, in a way, that's kind of a blessing. If you made a movie that's 2014 Annie, and if it flops super hard, you can 100% blame that on the leak, right?
Blame it on the Koreans.
Yeah, because that whole movie was leaked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Along with a few
There
others.
you go. You have 100% of an out there.
But those
true.
3 live action actors also do voices in the movie, apparently. Domhnall Gleeson, I think, voices the smelly skunk man. Sam Neill voices something else. Rose Byrne is a duck.
Yeah, Jemima Puddle Duck is her name.
Whoa.
Wow.
That seems inappropriate.
And
She's a duck. Yeah, why not let a duck play her?
How could we?
Not very politically correct to make Jemima a duck. If I'm honest, that's bad for representation.
And how could we forget our beautiful beloved boy James Corden as Peter Rabbit?
Big JC, everyone's favorite, the funniest man driving a car.
I don't know about you, but I hope he replaces Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah, 2 shows.
Just completely lateral move.
It makes more sense for his show to be on at 4 p.m. than at 12:30. Except I was thinking about like him and Jimmy Fallon, who like had their whole shows like catered towards like doing like fun stuff with the guests, and now like COVID happened and they can't do any of that shit. Like Jimmy Fallon's like, what? I have to talk on my computer. We can't play like a big version of Connect 4.
It's so baffling to me that James Corden was the replacement for Craig Ferguson.
What?
Yeah, Craig Ferguson retired and they got
Oh,
James Corden. It's the same show.
I thought, okay, for some reason I thought we were saying
not as Peter Rabbit.
early versions.
I fucking
we
wish.
had Craig Ferguson. Oi, I'll show you something.
That movie would get a clean 20% higher on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I feel like most of the criticism lobbied at this movie is just James Corden.
Because he sucks.
Fucking awful.
He sucks. The rest of the criticism is that this is in no way an accurate representation of the source material for Peter Rabbit, I guess.
Oh, no. Any
you guys
familiarity?
Oh no.
Are you familiar,
I
Daniel?
went in blind. I've never read the books. Maybe I should get into them.
Maybe I should know how Peter really behaves. Apparently he's not a little shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Peter Rabbit source material, but if it's anything like this, I mean, I think I'm in.
Well, you described this as the rabbit and the humans home aloneing each other.
Yeah, I wrote something to the effect of that. Yeah, it's a battle between a ragtag group of rabbits and other animals,
All wearing clothes.
going to war with all wearing clothes. In fact, there's a scene where one animal is not wearing clothes and he's embarrassed.
He's embarrassed at not wearing clothes. That implies that they've been touched with the knowledge of good and evil from the Garden of Eden. So that's my headcanon.
Well, that's actually what nobody knows is the Garden of Eden originated in Europe. And that's actually the Garden of Eden is where Peter Rabbit takes place. Most of it is that's
Actually,
the
the
actual
Bible-
Garden of Eden.
The Bible is an adaptation of the Peter Rabbit children's book series
By Beatrix.
Potter.
Beatrix, who's played by Rose Byrne in this.
Yes, people always think that that the devil took the form of a snake to talk to Eve, but it was actually Peter Rabbit that convinced Eve to
Come on,
commit the first sin.
eat the apple. You know you want to. Oh my! I'm telling God.
It looks tasty, don't it?
God, you won't believe she ate the apple. Oh, gosh.
But what will God think? Oh, fuck God, love. Eat the apple.
Whoa. Peter was never profane. Peter still loves his family.
Peter.
Peter.
Peter! Dad!
What was that? Your Chris or your Stewie?
That was Chris.
Hey, you want to hear my Stewie Griffin impression?
Peter.
Let's... All right. Okay, here's my Stewie Griffin. Ready? 1, 2. I'm Stewie Griffin. I'm the baby. I love my best friend is the dog.
That was pretty good.
I might be gay.
I might be gay, but don't let any 15-year-old know that because they get angry. But our boy Peter is a orphaned young man. He's got no mom, no dad.
I truly thought you were talking about Family Guy still for a second there.
See, that's the problem. We keep jumping in and out of these Family Guy bits because of Peter.
This is exactly like the time where I was a rabbit living in England and I had to home alone a guy away from me.
Remember the time when I was a British rabbit who had a codependent relationship with Rose Byrne? Guys, it's me, Peter Rabbit. We're talking about him, but he's going to be... We also might be talking about him a lot next week, too.
Oh, shit, you're right. Fuck. Oh, my God.
We're doing too many Family Guy bits. Peter Rabbit is orphaned. He's got nobody to love him. His mom and dad are frickin' dead. One day...
Well, his dad was eaten.
His dad was made into a pie by Sam Neill.
And then Rose Byrne made a painting about it.
Well, those are the only scenes I like with any genuine oh, this is very pleasant to watch. Are those animated?
Well, that's
scenes.
the start of the weirdness of this movie, because there's a lot of just weirdly sadistic and violent moments or details that are just kind of sprinkled throughout this supposed family-friendly rabbit movie.
Oh, he's a cruel son of a bitch.
I mean, well, Peter Rabbit and Domhnall Gleeson are both insane masochists that are trying to murder each other.
Donald Gleason spends the entire movie just on a razor's edge of 1 to 10. Just completely losing his mind at any given moment.
I'm being gaslit by these rabbits.
It's like Joe Pesci in Goodfellas. You get the moment that you get the idea that at any moment he could just lose it.
Shoot you. Oh man, fuck any
he
character. When Domhnall Gleeson shoots Michael Imperioli in this scene.
He damn near almost shoots someone when he doesn't get that job promotion. He goes on a violent rampage of taking his anger out on this stuffed bear.
I'm bringing a gun into the office.
Jeez.
And they're like, oh, you're...
Don't come to work tomorrow.
The American remake of Peter Rabbit ends 15 minutes in.
the shooter, Peter's gone. It just ends with this weird shooting. Daniel, if you got the text from the kid saying don't come to school tomorrow, would you snitch on him?
Yeah, hell yeah. Are you kidding me? Absolutely.
I just feel like it's a betrayal of his trust.
Oh man, we were in math class together.
The fact that I would let him see my homework, he trusted me enough to tell me to not come, but he was cool to me.
He decided that I was worth saving.
Yeah, he was never mean to me, so I mean, I don't think I'm gonna rat him out.
But incidentally, I think I'd feel betrayed if I find out how many people he sent that text to. I feel like it would
That's true.
dilute the specialness.
I would hope I was the only one.
Well, then you can at least be have the hope that Okay, well, none of you snitched.
Okay, I'm not the only one who kept quiet about this. I was near a shooting today.
That's true.
This
Isn't that fun? I was.
But this will be
Daniel and
May by the time, so we'll have had like 20 more by then.
20 more that you've been
I was about
nearby.
5 minutes away when it was happening.
There's like they just came back. Like we started getting vaccinated, and people were like,
Instantly.
Time
Instantly. It's insane.
to, yeah.
like,
Time to start. I mean, it's all that pent up rage.
reopening schools in a new way.
I can tell they don't go into this on 3 Act Thirsty.
I mean, I'd be lying if I said we didn't.
So Peter Rabbit gets a new neighbor after he kills his old one, Sam Neill, who's a grumpy old man.
Who, by the way, as soon as we saw Sam Neill, I screamed at my computer. I was so happy to see Sam Neill. Just envision his inner farmer.
I didn't recognize him. I had to like be like, oh.
I didn't either.
I only recognized him because of his real-life farm selfies, because he has that beard, IRL.
He was just free that day. Oh, you want me to
That's
come in?
actually where he lives. They filmed in his home.
That'd be fun.
God.
Quiet on set. He's like, it's weird that like an American dude made this like very British movie, because even like the jokes are kind of have like a British like sense of humor.
Yeah, I can feel that. Yeah, but it has like an American vulgarity to it. Like it's like very like
It has an American vulgarity, and it also has a soundtrack of a guy who like only listened to like pop music in the late 90s and early 2000s. So like
It really does
No,
feel
they had
every song in this movie is maybe 5 or 6 years too late.
except the Rebel Just for Kicks, man. That one.
I know they got that one just on time. That was like right when the song was popular.
They got that one because it's owned by Sony to put in every movie trailer ever.
But the rest of them are all like Sugar Ray and like I'm like, look around the world, pretty babies.
I mean, so far I've kind of been underselling how weird I thought this movie was. I thought this movie was just so fucking strange and weird.
It's just
and
strange, like
crazy.
watching
And I really
animals like do these things. It might be an uncanny
It's just,
valley
like, it's
thing,
so,
just
like-
is that a skunk wearing a suit that's dancing? Just the shot of like a group of animals like having like a rager is like what? Huh?
Well, it's that, but like I also just wasn't expecting like how violent this movie is. Like I mean, like Sam Neill dies of a heart attack, and then Peter Rabbit takes responsibility for it and says he killed him for his animal friends, and then the whole war between him and Domhnall Gleeson is just like. They do some crazy shit to each other. Like they fuck each other up.
Do you not remember the controversy around this movie?
No.
No, what is it?
It was that people who were like, my child has an allergy, and you having this scene where they use him being allergic to blackberries as a form of like biological warfare is offensive.
Oh, I saw this on the IMDb trivia part. Let me read it real quick. Yeah, in February 2018, 24 hours after its release, Sony apologized to advocates from food allergy groups who said the scene with the farmer going into allergic shock isn't funny and also encourages food bullying.
Food bullying.
That's where I become a fucking Republican.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these fucking libs getting angry about everything.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like this happens every once in a while, and I feel like maybe it's a little blown out of proportion. Maybe people are, but I don't know, because like there was that movie, like in 2011, like around that era, there was Pirates Band of Misfits. Did you ever see that? There was an art.
The lepers?
Yes, the lepers. That there's a gag in that movie that they board a leper colony by mistake. and the guy's like arm falls off, and he says, "No, you're on the wrong boat. We don't have any treasure here." And in real life, there's like a real life leper support group that got really upset. But it's also like, this is such a tiny minority of it's a disease that affects so few people. I can't imagine there are enough people upset about this. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it, like, not finding it funny if it's like personal to you, but I don't know. Like,
it's not like it's a lymphoma joke in the middle of Peter Rabbit. Like,
but even I would appreciate a lymphoma joke in the middle of Peter Rabbit. That would be hilarious if Peter Rabbit was like, "It's in your blood, mate." Peter Rabbit should be making fun.
okay, I could see that.
He's like, "How'd you get
You
it?
won me over.
How'd you get it there?" Peter's like always like making like little like snide comments or like kind of calling things out for what they are. He's always like he's like, "Yeah, that's your character trait."
That aspect of this movie is why Joss Whedon ruined movies for like a decade.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't mind.
Well, if we do this, we have to we can't just do the trope. We have to hang a little lampshade on it. We have to have the characters like make a little cheeky reference and say,
He's got to look at the camera a little bit and make sure the audience knows that we know what we're doing with this.
He's very cool. Peter Rabbit.
He's pretty cool. I mean, he's like a Ferris Bueller sort of cool.
He's like a Ferris Bueller, a Marty McFly sort of cool, where it's like you're not quite sure why they're cool, but there's just the energy. You know what? It was the year of 2018. Peter Rabbit had BDE. Bunny dick energy.
"That's why
I
you don't
think
wanna
this
be
is a
naked."
very Trump era movie.
Because it was full of bullying and violence, war.
Yeah, like really, like I think it's a super big Trump era movie for just how like mean it is. Like it's like a super mean spirited in a way that I kind of respect, just because like I mean, the alternative version of this movie is, let's be honest, it was never gonna be great. So I mean, at least it's interesting with how fucking just insane it is.
I agree, because it's like the alternative is this being like a squeaky clean, like it's one of the Chipmunk sequels or whatever.
Instead,
It's such a rarity to see.
it's fist fight for
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Domhnall Gleeson's like, "I'm gonna fight you."
We used to get brutal ass kid movies all the time as children, and I feel like they don't make those anymore. For specifically the reason that they're gonna get letters from parents who are advocating
Allergies.
epinephrine overdosage or whatever. Yeah, like
Like at one point, one of the animals gets electrocuted by an electric fence, and then this is followed up by, I don't know which one comes first. Domhnall Gleeson throwing dynamite into the rabbit hole, or Peter Rabbit sabotaging all the door handles so that
I think
when
the
Domhnall
door
Gleeson
handles
touches
comes
them, it gets
first.
Yeah, it's a door
blown
handle.
backwards.
yeah, because he falls off the roof and he wakes up and he says, "All right, fuck it, I'm gonna pour dynamite down your hole."
That's the funniest
That-
part
I
of the
mean,
movie
that-
is when he's getting shocked by the door handle.
Always funny, every single time.
The how hard he gets shocked and thrown backwards, like he is like getting so fucked up
It
by
looked,
Peter Rabbit.
It looked real. It didn't look like they replaced him with like a CGI double. It looks like they took Domhnall Gleeson,
Through his ass.
put him on a wire, and slammed him against the wall.
And then did it to another man and woman later in the movie.
And I cheered. Audience, I cheered.
I rented out a theater so I could have a bunch of people, and we all were like, "Ready, guys? Ready?" Yeah!
I feel like if I saw that as a kid, I even then I would be like, oh damn, that looks like it hurt.
It's the same thing as the joke from Neighbors.
Oh, the
It is,
That's
yeah.
right,
It's the same Neighbors bit.
And I laughed hard then too. It's but not as hard as when a fucking rabbit does it. That's hilarious as shit, dude.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just so like out of place in this movie that you don't expect to just be so like cruel to
Well,
his character.
I think the weirdness that you're trying to pinpoint in the movie is just all the different filters through which this movie is sorted through, right? Because on some level, like it is kind of a wholesome, jaunty British Paddington, but as an asshole. We have to get the whatever famous comedian to voice the character and imbue his character traits in the character. And also, it's a Sony Pictures Studio movie from 2018, so it has to look like a Sony Pictures movie. It has to have all the music that you'd expect from a Sony Pictures movie. And it creates this weird, like, mishmash of, like, tones and ideas.
Definitely, with like Margot narrating, and then like you open up with these birds singing. And the birds keep coming back. They have like 3 different songs that they sing. One point they do Remember the Name from that like 2006 rap song. That was really weird. The 10% luck, 20%. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
God.
But every once in a while, it'll hit with like just a really solid joke. Despite the like, yeah, we did this so that you're like, we focus tested this so that 3-year-olds will pay attention to it. And then we'll get a rooster just screaming at the heavens. Just completely shocked that the sun came up every morning.
Good for him. That guy's my favorite character.
That was a funny joke.
I loved that.
That guy and Domhnall Gleeson are my favorites. Domhnall Gleeson's our villain, but we end up loving him. I think we're going to end up loving him again in the second one. We'll find an excuse to do Peter Rabbit too.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll come back for more.
Do we know what the plot of Peter Rabbit 2 is going to be?
No, but
I don't.
Raph seemed
I'm
very
interested.
excited about it when we were talking about this one last week.
It's called Peter Rabbit 2: The Runaway.
Oh shit. Okay, we'll figure that one. We can definitely get that one out. Peter.
Yeah, because at the end of this movie, the all of the anger at each other's reconciled, and we become friends. And Domhnall Gleeson and Rose Byrne are together, and so now, I mean, who are we fucking up in the second movie?
We're gonna make more animal friends. All these characters have their own like single book.
Really? Do they really?
Yeah, like most of them do at least. Like there's like a whole Jemima Puddle Duck book.
That's gotta fucking suck to be like the #1 Jemima Puddle Duck fan, and you watch the Peter Rabbit movie, and the character just
Gets one scene.
Oh, yeah.
The plot synopsis for the second one is that Thomas and Bear are now married and living with Peter and his rabbit family.
Nice.
Bored of life in the garden, Peter goes to the big city where he meets shady characters and ends up creating chaos for the whole family.
Oh, is it gonna be Goodfellas?
That sounds like Peter.
It sounds like he's doing a Goodfellas.
Ever since I could remember, I wanted to be a fucking Peter Rabbit.
As far back as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a rabbit. Bam, 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 and then the birds come flying through, and they're like, you know, I'd go from rags to riches. And then they get hit by like a bus that's like driving through the city. And he's like, sorry, gang, I'm narrating.
By Peter Rabbit.
Well, there's like, I thought it was funny that at the end of the movie that like Domhnall Gleeson like is like, you guys can talk, like, but like nobody else ever like they're never like hiding the fact that they can talk to the humans.
Yeah, it's just no one like they're not exactly keeping it a secret, but like Domhnall Gleeson's the only one that ends up realizing that, oh shit, these rabbits can talk.
The hell?
Yeah, because there's a scene early on where they're on the roof, on the glass roof, looking down, and they're like yelling at him. And I thought that made it pretty clear that, oh, well, he can't understand rabbit speak, so he can't even hear them screaming.
He doesn't know rabbitese.
But then by the end they explain it as like, oh, he's kind of having a nervous breakdown, and that's why he can understand them.
Oh, he's just going crazy? Like
yeah,
still real in the real world, like the other ones can't hear him? I thought it was gonna be a reveal, like, we can talk now. We can have fun in the sequel and whatnot.
It genuinely feels like they didn't know how to get the rabbits to bring him back to the farm or whatever.
Well, that's another scene that's
in this scene they could talk to
fucking hilarious, is like when they're like, let's just show the highlights of how they went home, and it was just different, like that's actually one of like the very British jokes in the movie, when it,
Yeah, that read as a Paddington joke, 100%.
when it like cuts to them like on a plane, and then they're like on the train tracks, but with the little seesaw handles thingy. I don't know what they're called. And then they save the day. They get Rose Byrne back. And then did you watch the mid-credits scene? They open a toy store.
Yeah.
Fun.
And they reveal that the narrator was actually the sister rabbit.
Margot
the whole
Robbie.
time,
She's
just
like,
that
oh,
old-
my lisp is now gone.
I'm Australian now.
I've been Australian this whole time, bruv? And we all laugh, because we love Peter. And we can't wait to see him next time. 65, 182.
Well, wait, hold on. Before I do love some of. I wanted to read some of these, some of the criticism for Peter Rabbit that's available on Wikipedia, just because I think some of the writing about this movie is pretty funny. This one's from The Guardian. It says, the Peter Rabbit film looks like the result of some blisteringly inept manhandling. There's something genuinely harrowing about the sight of Peter Rabbit, gentle Edwardian Peter Rabbit, thoughtlessly injuring some birds, or grabbing a pile of lettuce leaves and making it rain like a banker in a strip club, or literally twerking. There is no way on earth that Beatrix Potter would have ever given the green light to a slow-motion car crash like this. And Metro said that the trailer was so gut-wrenchingly bad that if the movie lives up to its 2-minute preview, it is set to be the greatest abomination to grace the big screen since the Emoji Movie.
Wow.
So some just furious writing about Peter Rabbit.
Man, people really give a shit about Peter Rabbit, don't they?
I mean, I guess this is
Yeah.
what would happen if, like, Paddington was like, oi, what's good, mate? Hashtag... Hashtag marmalade.
Yo, I want to see Paddington twerk. I want to see him floss. Hell yeah.
He's like, so, Jonathan, this is called Minecraft?
We're doing a little Fortnite dance. T-pose with me. This
Hey,
is the
Jonathan,
part of
stand
the
still. I
movie.
gotta get this for the gram.
Mr. Brown, you look down bad.
Mr. Brown, you got ratioed.
Give us a little bit of cleave, Mr. Brown. We're gonna break the internet.
Well, Mr. Brown, we were just filming a Reels for Instagram. It was
dear.
90 seconds, 30 seconds too long for a regular Instagram video.
Seems I've been milkshake ducked. But
Have you heard of these new things called fleets? We're making some fleets.
They looked up my tweets from 2011 where I said the Jews run Hollywood, and they didn't understand that I'm also half Jewish. I was doing it ironically.
Okay, now I want Paddington 3 for him to be canceled. I think that would be great now. I've gone a 180. This is good now.
Paddington 3 cancelled? Question mark?
He makes a little bit of a racy joke. He looks at the camera and is like, "Oh, can't say that now, can I?"
The liberal media.
I'll give Peter Rabbit a 65 out of 182.
Woo! Matching.
I think I'd go further. I think I'd give it 110 out of 182.
Wow.
Because it wasn't a good movie. But also, boy, it's interesting to think about, isn't it?
It has not left my mind since I watched it
You know what?
like 20 hours ago.
You know what? Daniel made a compelling argument. I'm bumping mine up to 80.
If James Corden was not in this movie, this would be a perfect 182.
Maybe.
Absolutely.
Honestly, he sucks so bad. He's the worst. Get rid of him. Hey, Daniel, want to hang out next week with us?
Yeah, I guess. I don't have anything better to do. My podcast is really slow to record.
You got a friend? Yeah, 'cause you take like 3 hours to do an episode. You got a friend you can bring. We can show him how to do it.
All right.
He might have been here before. This was the second act of the 3-act Thirsty trilogy crossover. That first was last week with Raph. Next week's
Tied it all together.
both of them? Huh?
Wait, it's 3-act thirsty, but there's only 2 of us. What the fuck?
I know. I've thought about that's like when you like did your solo episode and you like called it 2-act thirsty as if there was
I forgot about that.
But next week's song is called San Diego. San Diego. What do you do with that? I don't know. Maybe a million ways to D in the West.
Is that how you came up with it?
Yeah.
I thought you went with the West because San Diego's on the West Coast.
Oh, I have to follow my own laws. It's the title,
Oh,
baby.
all right.
San Diego. So that was that. You can follow us on Cinema of the State on Instagram, Cinema of State on Twitter. I am Mike McCabe, sad on those things as well. Letterboxd, baby. Watch me. I always say if you want to know what the movies of Cinema of the State are going to be like 3 weeks in advance, this is the best way to find out.
Yeah, I'm at Trace Savara on everything. Check me out on Twitter and Letterboxd and
Woo!
see what else I'm watching other than the Cinema of the State films.
He just watched Nobody.
Oh,
It's true. I watched Nobody before recording.
Good movie.
with Mr. Robbie Odenkirk,
Our collective father.
my dad. I am his little woman.
I didn't appreciate seeing him get the shit beat out of him because I just don't want that to happen to him.
No.
But I do appreciate that he threw hands.
You can follow me. I'm Bean Walrus on most things. Follow my. I want to plug my my alt Twitter account, which is at Daily Frasier, where I've been Frasier shit posting just because I've lost it. If you're a fan of Frasier,
If you're fans of Republican actor Kelsey Grammer,
he's my problematic king. I don't like him because he respects the president.
and also you had the music video. I don't know if that was out by
yeah.
the time last time you were here.
Yeah, it probably wasn't. I directed a music video a while back for Warped Minds is the band, and the song is Pen to Paper, and that's pinned on my Twitter at Bean Walrus.
Fun stuff,
And I'm really
baby.
proud of that.
Anything else?
That's
and
awesome.
3-act
I watched
thirsty.
it.
Thanks.
You got a new episode for the first time since our episode.
We do not do it often enough.
It's a fun show if you got the time. I'm a big 3-act thirsty head.
We do 4-hour episodes, and we do them once a
They
year.
do 4-hour episodes once a month, unless they have the idea of like a series that they want to do. Unless then it's just like whatever the next superhero movie is.
Yeah, generally.
Well, that's how you got to do it. You got to leave people wanting more, and then leave them thirsting for it. 3-act thirsting for it
Ooh.
for an entire month, and then when you give it to them, there's so much for them to take in. Like, this is what I wanted.
There you go.
4 hours of this shit.
Or you give them too much content, about 40 minutes to an hour once a week, and then just be incredibly like annoying for the entire hour, and then they'll be like, I don't want any of this.
Especially not this often.
Why do you do this? And to those people I say, we'll miss you.
Bye.
I'm a rebel just for kicks now.